He is the ex-Decepticon turned pacifist. Prepare to be amazed by the origins of the Autobot Drift. Unlike many Transformers characters, the character of Drift was made by writer Shane McCarthy from IDW Publishing, the company that still has the rights to Transformers comics. During Cybertron's waning peacetime, Drift was one of the many homeless bots out in the dangerous slums of Cybertron, known to all Cybertronians as the Dead End. During this time, Drift was nearly killed by two thugs, if he hadn't been saved by the police enforcer known as Orion Pax, who would later become the famous Autobot leader known as Optimus Prime. Sometime after the incident, Drift befriended a local robot by the name of Gasket and joined this group in scavenging Energon, the material vital for Cybertronians to sustain themselves. However, they came across a bunch of guards harming prisoners. Gasket tried to intervene, only managing to frighten the guards and get himself killed. Now with his only friend dead, Drift went into a mindless frenzy, killing all three guards in the process. Drift's violent actions attracted the criminal underworld of Cybertron, resulting in him getting trained as a serial killer. In the process, Drift learned how corrupt Cybertron really was at its center, realizing that even Cybertron's government was working with the wrong people. During Cybertron's downfall, Drift participated in one of the Decepticon rallies, personally being singled out by its leader, Megatron, to join the Decepticons as a new person named Deadlock. This Deadlock would continue to serve the Decepticons for many years until finally rising through the ranks and becoming the second in command of the great Decepticon known as Turmoil. During a mission on the planet Dabola, Deadlock proceeded to annihilate retreating Autobot forces despite for already having achieved victory. Instead of stopping there, Deadlock opted to try to have new leadership by overthrowing Turmoil. He asked the Decepticons if they were with him. Instead, Deadlock was brought aboard Turmoil's ship in order to be executed, revealing there that Deadlock had been a nuisance to Turmoil in the past. Deadlock escaped execution and fled aboard one of the ship's many escape pods, but not before disabling the ship's security protocols, allowing the ship's crew not to be able to track him. Crash landing on a mysterious world, Deadlock continued to journey through its great plains, remembering his past. He soon ran into a mysterious cloaked being, and also came across an alien slaving operation, which the being was trying to sabotage. During their attempt to snatch alien weaponry, the cloaked figure was badly burned by one of the aliens, revealing himself to be a Cybertronian like Deadlock, calling himself Ween. Ignoring orders, Deadlock tried to get to one of the alien ships, trying to get off-world and rejoin his Decepticon cause, only to be pummeled by a larger alien and almost killed. Instead of seeing the Allspark firsthand, Deadlock was revived and placed in a new body, along with changing his eye color from red to blue. It was there that Wayne revealed that he was a member of the Circle of Light, pacifists who escaped Cybertron when the planet turned into a war zone. The Circle of Light took refuge on the planet later named in the comics Theophany, which they will build a replica of the Crystal City they once had in Cybertron. This city would then be their refuge for many years to come. Wayne took Deadlock, who is now calling himself Drift once more, under his, no pun intended, wing. Despite their leader, Dialis, giving strict orders not to let a Decepticon into their stronghold. However, because of Wayne's good reasoning, Dialis agreed to let the Decepticon in, on the condition that he would never be exposed to any of the civilians of the Crystal City. He taught Drift moral lessons, believing that he, unlike many other Decepticons, still had a chance of doing good, as well as training Drift in hand-to-hand combat, revealing Drift only had an expertise in projectile weaponry. One night, a hailing frequency was sent to the Circle of Light, sending a message that Drift pretended not to know. Later that night, Drift snuck out of the Crystal City in order to greet the senders of the hailing frequency, which was revealed to have been in Decepticon code. The sender of the frequency was none other than the Decepticon bounty hunter Lockdown. Lockdown revealed he had allied himself with the aliens Drift had attacked earlier. He then told Drift to lead the Circle of Light into an ambush, which would presumably get him back into the Decepticon cause. The alien slavers leader, Braid, then revealed the reason why they captured the other aliens. Their race, like the Cybertronians, entered a war and decided to make themselves stronger by taking abilities from other races. Their next goal was to get a Cybertronian in order to achieve their next needed ability, immortality. Instead of doing what he had been told to do, Drift told the Circle of Light of the deal he had made. He then forged a plan to bring a small team with him, along with a fake direct ship to the coordinates Lockdown had given to him. That way, if they were overpowered, the Decepticons would believe they had destroyed the Circle of Light. When asked to why he was helping, Drift stated the Circle of Light represented the things he had been looking for, or in other words, he had found something worth fighting for. Despite Diatlus' urge to stay hidden, a group was formed. Drift, with another new, upgraded body, led the members to the Decepticons and alien slavers. A great battle ensued. Braid singled Wayne out of the battle, and despite Wayne's best moves, he was killed. Wayne's death shocked both Drift and Diatlus, the latter having been watching the battle from the Crystal City. This awakened Diatlus to realizing how many he would have to lose if he didn't take action right away. Defeating Lockdown, Drift attempted to avenge his fallen friend by fighting Braid. Braid easily overpowered the wounded Drift, but before Braid could land a killing blow, he was interrupted by Diatlus, who had risen the Crystal City out of the ground and led the citizens of the city to battle. With the new reinforcements, Drift defeated Braid. With the knowledge that Drift had officially abandoned the Decepticon cause, Lockdown retreated. At the conclusion of the battle, Diatlus announced that the Circle of Light will no longer be hidden, and invites Drift to join them. To their surprise, Drift declines, and tells them that fate will dictate that he will join the Autobots at a point as he wanders around the galaxy. Diatlus believes this, and tells them that one day, Drift will find peace. The samurai did eventually stumble upon the Autobot crew of the Starship Triad while attacking his former commander Turmoil's ship, which resulted in Turmoil's presumable death. It was later revealed Drift will die on April 2014 by the Grim Reaper of Cybertronians, the Necrobot, in order to add suspense in the comics, but who are we kidding? Why would they delete that character? An incredible story of redemption. Drift has been put into many Transformers comics and even has his own set of toys. Drift is set to appear in 2014 along with many new Autobots in Michael Bay's Transformers Age of Extinction.